Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope is stunned by Carter's curveball during Steffy and Bill's confrontation. John Finnegan fears the worst as the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, March 10th indicate that Steffy Forrester and Bill Spencer will square off. There will be a lot going on in Monday's broadcast because Carter Walton will also toss a curveball. In the end, Finn felt he had to tell Steffy about Luna Nozawa being under house arrest at Bill Spencer's house, even though he didn't want to add to her suffering and rage. Finn will struggle with his worries while he waits for updates because a furious Steffy headed straight for the Spencer mansion. Finn might believe that the altercation will simply make Steffy even more irate and cause additional issues in their relationship. Finn will undoubtedly worry about the future of his marriage because this nightmare keeps getting worse. According to our B&B predictions, Steffy and Finn will have a hard time maintaining their romance in the upcoming episodes. Bill will attempt to soothe Steffy in the living room of the Spencer residence in the meanwhile. Steffy will continue to be furious over Luna's living situation and will state once more that she plans to return her to prison. But Luna will give Bill credit for saving her life by rescuing her from the slammer. Even if Bill explains the attacks Luna endured in prison, Steffy won't believe it's just that Luna is now living comfortably at the mansion. Furthermore, from Steffy's perspective, this won't be a safe circumstance. Steffy will lash out at Bill for allowing someone so dangerous to leave prison because she won't trust an ankle monitor to keep Luna in check. Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will stand her ground with Carter, just as Steffy does with Luna and Bill. Hope is relying on Carter to urge Daphne Rose to leave since she wants her to board a ticket back to Paris as soon as possible. Carter had previously told Daphne that it was best, but now that he's had a bit more time to consider it, he might change his mind. In either event, in Monday's broadcast, Carter will be the target of Daphne and Hope's animosity. We will see if Carter supports Daphne or if he simply rushes out feeling overwhelmed since his behavior will be unexpected. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter will face a lot of drama, so be sure to keep up with all the exciting news that lies ahead. Will Hope pay any attention to what Daphne has to say? On The Bold and the Beautiful, the altercation between Hope Logan and Daphne Rose regarding Carter Walton was quite explosive. Hope watched through the cracked open office door as Daphne and Carter finally shared a kiss after weeks of sneaking around Forrester Creations. Carter kissed her back and wasn't objecting, even though Daphne started the private moment. Daphne's label as irresistible isn't the only reason the two have been getting closer, she's also been listening to Carter, which is something Hope isn't doing. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne immediately accepted responsibility for her error. At the very least, Daphne is truthful, at least in this instance. Daphne was the owner when Hope blasted her, claiming to have seen everything. She expressed regret for kissing Carter and acknowledged that she understood it was improper. Daphne took her lumps without offering an explanation or pointing fingers. Hope and she weren't going to dispute over that much. Despite winning that round, Hope didn't appear to get the point in the end. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Did Hope actually hear Daphne when she listened to her? Carter is not pleased, as Daphne explained to Hope during their confrontation what everyone else is also witnessing. He should feel ecstatic and accomplished after 2 successful launches with Hope. Rather, he feels bad about betraying the family that initially hired him as well as his best friend. In a way, it's a victory, but at least for Carter, it has a price. Hope has heard this from him. She has reacted with wild wrath to his suggestion that he should return the company because he feels guilty. Hope isn't really listening to him, even though she has every reason to be against a return to the way things were after being mistreated by the Forresters. This was also brought up by Daphne, but Hope didn't even consider it. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne wouldn't matter if Hope and Carter were that connected, would she? Daphne attracted Carter not because she was attractive but rather because she recognized the guy he was before he dated Hope and before the Forrester takeover. She listened to the internal conflict Hope was brushing off. Is Hope going to recognize her error before it's too late? If things remain the same between Daphne and Carter, they will still fall apart even if she leaves town. In your opinion, what will occur next? It has been a turbulent week that has left the inner circle reeling with shock and uncertainty in the high-stakes, intricately woven world of Forrester Creations, where every whispered secret, every carefully planned move, and every unexpected twist has the power to redefine legacies and shatter long-held alliances. This dramatic saga, which is marked by 3 seismic events, revolves around Carter's bold defiance of Hope's passionate demands, the disastrous collapse of Steffy's carefully crafted plan, and the explosive revelation of Sheila's big news. All of these elements have come together to create a maelstrom of betrayal, ambition, and heartache that threatens to topple the Forrester dynasty. As the story progresses through a ceaseless stream of boardroom confrontations, private heart-to-heart conversations, and scandalous public statements, Carter shows himself to be a man of stubborn defiance, brashly rejecting Hope's sincere requests for transparency and faithfulness, which had been the emotional cornerstone of their turbulent relationship. Despite Hope's passionate attempts to control his unpredictable behavior and restore the sanctity of the love they once shared, Carter, with a coolness that verges on insolence, ignores her warnings and keeps on his own path, displaying an unwavering dedication to his own interests that raises the possibility that he is more deeply entangled in a web of personal ambition and self-serving motivations than anyone had dared to suspect. His actions, which range from evasive glances and subtle changes in tone to overt gestures that betray a disregard for the promises he once made, reveal a man caught in the throes of conflicting desires. On the one hand, there is the allure of a carefree life free from the burdens of emotional accountability, and on the other, there is the specter of a love that is eroding under the weight of his transgressions. In defying Hope, Carter not only undermines the values of loyalty and commitment that she so fervently advocates, but he also runs the risk of setting off a series of consequences that could upset the delicate balance of power within the Forrester empire, as every member of the family and the close-knit circle of executives starts to wonder if his continued defiance is an indication of deeper, more pernicious failings that could jeopardize the legacy they have all so laboriously built. In a parallel story that highlights the high emotional and strategic stakes of their world, Steffy, whose unwavering determination to maintain her position as head of Forrester Creations has long been the stuff of legend, finds her carefully planned strategy, which involved deft moves both in public and behind closed doors, collapsing in a spectacular and unexpected way. Every calculated move she made appears to have been undone by a combination of unexpected resistance, miscommunications, and the relentless countermoves of rival factions within the organization, leaving her reeling from the bitter realization that even the best-laid plans can fall apart due to shifting loyalties and emerging scandals. The failure of Steffy's plan has revealed weaknesses in her leadership style, which some interpret as a self-centered blind spot, a tendency to prioritize her own ambitions over the complex, fragile network of trust that binds the family together. This miscalculation now threatens to erode her standing among both her allies and her adversaries, as rumors of her failure start to circulate through the hallowed corridors of Forrester Creations, undermining the aura of invincibility that she has so carefully cultivated over the years. Steffy's failure is not just a tactical setback, it is a deeply personal blow, as it calls into question her ability to control not only the corporate destiny of the Forrester dynasty, but also the personal relationships that have defined her journey. Sheila, the erratic and powerful matriarch whose revelations have the ability to change the course of events in the Forrester saga, enters the spotlight amid this whirlpool of personal betrayal and professional collapse with shocking news that upends the foundations of the family's legacy. In a dramatic moment that appears poised to rewrite the rules of engagement for the entire dynasty, Sheila drops a bombshell of information, news so monumental in its implications that it has the power to upend long-standing alliances, force bitter reckonings, and compel every member of the Forrester inner circle to re-evaluate their priorities and allegiances. While Carter's defiance and Steffy's plan's failure have already caused strife and uncertainty, Sheila's big announcement serves as the impetus for an even more comprehensive reckoning, forcing everyone, from the highest-ranking executives to the most intimate family members, to face the painful realities of a legacy built on both triumphs and betrayals. Her announcement, delivered with a blend of cool authority and underlying intensity, reveals secrets that have long been buried beneath layers of strategic deception and carefully guarded family lore, secrets that threaten to unravel the fragile fabric of trust that has held the empire together. Every heated argument, every whispered rumor in the boardroom, and every tearful confrontation in the private sanctuaries of Forrester creations are imbued with a sense of urgency and inevitability, as if the fate of the entire dynasty depends on the decisions made in these crucial moments. The interplay between these three powerful narratives, Carter's unabashed defiance in the face of Hope's heartfelt pleas, the catastrophic failure of Steffy's strategic master plan, and Sheila's devastating revelation, creates a complex drama that resonates on a personal and corporate level. The events of the week unfold like the pages of a high-stakes epic. Others see Carter's defiance as a betrayal of everything Hope has fought for, a betrayal that not only damages their relationship but also upends the very foundation of the Forrester ethos. Carter's actions, which are representative of a man who prioritizes his own desires over the good of the group, are seen by some as a necessary evolution in a world where traditional notions of loyalty are constantly being challenged by the relentless forces of ambition and personal gratification. Steffy's fumbling plan, which at one point promised to protect her legacy and give the impression that she was unstoppable, now serves as a sobering reminder of the unpredictability of corporate warfare and human emotion, where even the most carefully thought-out plans can be thwarted by unanticipated circumstances and the capricious whims of fate. And in the midst of all this chaos, Sheila's big news appears as a source of both hope and fear. It has the power to either bring the Forrester family's divided factions together under a new banner of honesty and openness, or to further polarize those who are prepared to defend the status quo against those who believe that drastic change is necessary. The interplay between Carter's self-serving defiance, Steffy's collapsing strategic gambit, and Sheila's revolutionary announcement not only captures the essence of what it means to live and breathe in the high-stakes world of the bold and the beautiful, but it also serves as a microcosm of the eternal struggle between personal ambition and collective responsibility, a struggle in which the cost of betrayal is measured not only in lost love and fractured relationships but also in the very future of an empire built on legacy, honor, and the unrelenting pursuit of power. As the dust settles on a week marked by explosive revelations and seismic shifts in the power dynamics at Forrester Creations, the echoes of these events reverberate far beyond the immediate drama, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of those who have come to rely on the unspoken promise of loyalty and the unwavering strength of family bonds. The narrative, as it continues to unfold, forces every character to confront the stark reality that in a world where every secret can ignite a revolution and every act of defiance carries the potential to reshape destinies, the path to redemption is often paved with the shattered remnants of trust, the painful lessons of ambition, and the enduring hope that even the most tumultuous storms can eventually give way to a dawn of renewal and transformation, a dawn that promises, if not complete restoration, then at least the possibility of a future where the scars of betrayal are not the end of the story but the raw, unfiltered evidence of a legacy that has withstood the test of time and the relentless pursuit of truth. As the plot revolves around two explosive incidents that redefine alliances and shatter long-held facades within the Forrester empire, first, Lee's visceral physical reaction, which has come to symbolize unbridled emotion finally erupting after years of pent-up resentment, and second, Steffy's fierce, uncompromising face-off that forces long-hidden truths into the harsh glare of reality. The events spanning March 10th to 14th have delivered an electrifying, emotionally charged roller coaster that has left viewers breathless during a week that promised a parade of must-watch moments on the bold and the beautiful. It starts with Lee, a character known for her calm, collected demeanor and meticulously preserved poise, abruptly losing control in a moment that is both shocking and illuminating, when faced with a flurry of revelations about betrayals, corporate deceit, and personal transgressions that have been quietly festering beneath the glistening facade of Forrester Creations. Her body reveals her inner turmoil. A series of tremors overwhelms her, her eyes widen in shock, and her face morphs with a mixture of anger, hurt, and profound shock, as if every repressed emotion is now exploded in a single, cathartic explosion that reverberates the room like a tidal wave. In addition to revealing Lee's long-suppressed vulnerability, this unguarded physical display, characterized by quick, uncontrollable movements and labored breathing, also serves as a potent metaphor for the internal breakdown of the meticulously erected barriers that have long shielded her from facing the unpleasant truths of her previous deeds and the covert intentions of those around her. Steffy, always the formidable force of will and unwavering determination, storms onto the scene in this charged atmosphere, heavy with the weight of unspoken accusations and the palpable tension of secrets coming to light. Her presence immediately shifts the balance of power and turns the already volatile confrontation into a full-blown showdown, with eyes blazing with righteous fury and a voice that cuts through the murmurs like a sharpened blade. Steffy engages Lee in a scathing face-off, demanding accountability for the series of events that have led to this moment of explosive vulnerability. By doing this, she makes it clear that the days of silent complicity and evasive half-truths are over. Steffy accuses Lee of betraying the trust of those who have long believed in the sanctity of their legacy, of allowing personal ambition and hidden resentments to fester until they could no longer be contained, and of helping to unravel a delicate balance that has defined the family's power for generations. Her words, delivered with a blend of controlled aggression and a hint of personal betrayal, reverberate throughout the lavish yet forgiving corridors of Forrester Creations. In a world where every secret can be a spark that starts a firestorm, her confrontation with Lee is more than just a public outburst of rage. It is a meticulously planned confrontation that makes everyone who witnesses it face the harsh truth that the human heart, with all its frailties and hidden wounds, is never completely immune to the assault of truth. The clinical precision of corporate strategy and the raw, emotional timbre of personal betrayal are mixed together in Steffy's words as she challenges Lee to explain the causes of her inner turmoil. She describes in vivid detail the times when trust was betrayed, the lies that were whispered in dimly lit hallways, and the sacrifices made in the name of upholding the Forrester legacy, all the while insisting that the days of polite deference are over and that those who have long operated behind the curtain of pretense must now pay the price for their actions. Lee's initial shock and physical reaction give way to a grim determination to defend her actions as Steffy's unrelenting barrage of accusations leaves no room for ambiguity. The atmosphere becomes a crucible of clashing emotions during this confrontation. Every gesture and tremor in Lee's voice becomes evidence of the long-hidden fractures in her armor, and every pointed remark from Steffy highlights the profound cost of living a life built on secrets and evasion. As though the very air is charged with the possibility of irreversible change, a change that could see alliances fall apart, reputations tarnished, and the once solid foundation of the Forrester dynasty splintered into irreparable fragments, the tension is so great that every whispered word and every covert glance among the onlookers seems to raise the stakes of the moment. The face-off assumes two meanings in this tense setting. First, it is a deeply personal conflict between two women whose lives have been entwined by betrayal, shared history, and the struggle for power. Second, it is a symbolic representation of the larger struggle between control and vulnerability, between the need to face painful truths and the alluring ease of preserving a facade of composure. Steffy's uncompromising attitude, demonstrated by her refusal to give in or let Lee withdraw into silence, is evidence of her inner strength and her steadfast belief that, in order to protect the integrity of her personal relationships and her family's legacy, every lie must be revealed and every hidden agenda brought to light, regardless of how painful the revelations may be. Lee's physical response, which has come to represent the unspoken language of her inner turmoil, on the other hand, reveals the inherent tension between upholding a facade of strength and the human need to let go of past wrongdoings. It also speaks volumes about the years of repression and the eventual release of emotions that have been bottled up beneath the surface. The scene is enveloped in a profound silence that seems to last forever as the confrontation reaches its peak. This silence carries with it the possibility of change, the possibility of irreversible consequences, and the lingering question of whether the wounds caused by years of betrayal can ever be fully healed. The room seems to hold its breath as both women, burdened by their own personal demons and the scrutiny of the public, stand on the brink of a decision that will reshape the future of their intertwined destinies. Steffy's voice, still echoing the echoes of her ultimatum, mingles with Lee's quiet, measured breaths in that long, heart-stopping moment. Lee's unguarded, physical outburst and Steffy's uncompromising face-off, which are the must-watch moments for the week of March 10th to 14th, thus serve as a microcosm of the larger themes that have long defined the bold and the beautiful, a story in which power, betrayal, and the quest for redemption are constantly shifting, where every act of defiance either strengthens or weakens the fragile bonds that hold an empire together, and where the only way to move forward is to face painful truths, no matter how raw and unfiltered. The audience is left to consider the profound ramifications of a moment when vulnerability meets defiance as the episode fades into the heavy silence of aftermath. This moment not only exposes the scars of the past but also holds the potential to forge a new beginning, however uncertain. In a world where every secret must eventually be faced and every promise, no matter how broken, serves as a reminder that the pursuit of truth is a relentless journey that ultimately defines the very essence of the Forrester legacy.